Hi, welcome to Tea Time at the Movies. I'm your host, Tea Time. Got a great episode for you today. It's coming back to you from Chicago here. I saw the new movie coming out this weekend, the big one, Jurassic World Rebirth. I'll let you know if it's either a T go see or a no thanks not for me. Stick around, I'll let you know. I saw this movie today, Wednesday, the 2nd. Not in 3D, although it was definitely shot for 3D. You could definitely tell in some scenes that some of the action scenes coming at you a lot noticeable, and the dinosaurs a lot. It should have been in 3D. My show was half full. I saw it 7 o'clock, and there was a lot of kids in the movie, a lot of teenage and under. Not that that was bad. A lot of talking, but that's all right. This movie comes to us directed by Gareth Edwards. Something that he's recently directed: The Creator, Rogue One, Godzilla, the 2014 Rogue One. I really enjoyed. The work comes from writer David Kopp. He wrote Indiana Jones, the two bottom ones, Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny, unfortunately. A lot of written by and screenplay credits for David Kopp here. He wrote the original and The Lost World, the second one, I think. He wrote the 2017 Mummy, Angels and Demons. That's a good one. Lego movies. He had several Lego movies. I don't know if the ones I've seen. So the other ones I wrote here that were notable for me: War of the Worlds, Spider-Man, Panic Room, Mission Impossible. I think new one came out recently. Toy Soldiers. I really like that movie. And then also credited for this someone named Michael Crichton. I'm not sure who that is. No, just joking. Of course, he wrote the book that the movie's based on, the original movie. Characters by, I don't know. He can still get credit. I don't know if there's any characters from the original in this, but he'd still get credit for creating the world, I guess. Cast kind of top heavy. Scar Joe's in it, of course, from the trailer, and she's top billed. Of course, for Black Widow, Lost in Translation, and of course, some married to Colin Jost. Maybe she made a deal with the devil or something, and that's her punishment, or that was the stipulation she didn't see. I don't know. I don't know how those two are married. Yeah, maybe got her drunk after an SNL party, something like that. Mahershala Ali's in this. We all love Mahershala Ali. He plays Duncan Kincaid. Oh, sorry, ScarJo plays Zora Bennett. Mahershala Ali plays Duncan Kincaid. They play mercenaries. He's, of course, Mahershala Ali is from Green Book, Moonlight, House of Cards. Loved him in House of Cards. That's where I first saw Mahershala Ali from. And then the other person I kind of recognize is Jonathan Bailey. He plays Dr. Henry Loomis, the kind of dinosaur aficionado, if you will. He's from Wicked and Bridgerton. In this, he's kind of giving me Lee Evans vibes from the guy from Something About Mary with the Crutches, kind of faking it. He gives me that kind of vibes. He had weird glasses in this. I'm not sure what his character was. And the rest of the cast, not memorable, kind of nothing parts, just kind of to get through this kind of movie. Nothing too memorable. Kind of like from the first one, not too many people you remember, except for like Jeff Goldblum, the doctor in that one was memorable too. I can't remember his name. Let's get to the plot of this movie. Plot of Jurassic dinosaur movie here. These dinosaurs are pro-Palestine because they are holding up traffic in New York. No, I'm joking. But that does happen at the beginning of the movie. There's a dinosaur like in New York. He's holding up the traffic. I mean, could you imagine dinosaurs in real life? Just all the traffic. And what are you gonna do? Move a 30-ton dinosaur with a horn? No. The plot of this movie: there's a drug company that needs dinosaur DNA from 3 different dinosaurs: a land, an air, and a sea. Dinosaurs. I don't know why they made it that way, but they need like a pint of blood from each, and there needs to be living. To help with a drug to help people with heart disease live 20% longer. Apparently, dinosaurs lived past 100, and they figured out a way to harness it and let people with heart disease live 20% longer. And so the person for the drug company enlists Scarlett Johansson, and she enlists Mahershala Ali and the team to go out to this secluded island and to get this DNA, and so they can all make money. And that's kind of the plot of the movie. All right. So now the moment you all been waiting for, is this a T go see or no thanks not for me? This was unfortunately a no thanks not for me. Uh, this was not a great movie. You know, there was not a terrible movie. There's nothing offensive about this movie. It was kid friendly. I guess if you got to go see a movie with your family, this is nothing offensive about this movie. It's okay. Pretty simple plot to follow. Everything's explained in the prologue of the movie, the title sequence. They explain why uh, dinosaurs are only on this island and near the equator. Some BS about it was near the temperature and the climate when they originally roamed the earth. Although that kind of, yeah, I'm going to put the spoiler alert up. Although that kind of, there's a dinosaur in New York at the beginning, a huge dinosaur. Hold up, like, but if they can only live, you know, in the near the equator, what was that? Maybe they explained it and I missed it. I did not go to the bathroom in this one. This is 2 hours and 15 minutes. A little too long, but not overly too long. But let's start with the good of this movie. It was an okay opening. This is the first movie I've seen in a while where the opening credits are like within the first 5 minutes of the movie. There's an opening scene and then the credits. Like this, the movies I've seen recently, like there's 20 minutes of movie and then the opening credits. Like what's going on? Mission Impossible, F1. Like the opening credits are like 20 minutes in. This actually is like a movie. Did that within the first 5-10 minutes. Movie is set in the present day, but the opening scene goes back 17 years, where there was an accident on this island where they were doing tests on dinosaurs. Everything's explained. You're never lost. There are some moral plot points to this: to do the right thing, or to let someone die, or do things for money. You know, that was okay. Everything was good, well acted. It was just terrible writing, terrible story, and terrible written dialogue. The best thing about this movie was there was a baby dinosaur. You've seen it in the credits, or I mean, in the trailer. Little baby Yoda dinosaur. It was cute, but it makes sense how it kept finding them. All right, now let's get to the bad and why you should skip this movie. Everything was too convenient to the plot, especially when they're getting the blood DNA from the dinosaurs. The first one, after they save the father and the two daughters, there's one line where they're looking at a map and they see where the dinosaur is, miles away, and then suddenly it's heading. There's two signals, and then one's heading towards them, and then someone says, "We didn't find it; it found us." And it's heading for them, and then they're chasing it. There was an action scene on a speedboat with a CGI whale dinosaur. How good can you expect it to be? No one seemed to like comprehend the world they were in. Like it was good acting, but it all seems CG, like it's green screen. They're acting with green screen dinosaurs. There was no fear on these people's faces. They weren't looking at real dinosaurs. Especially the girls, they would be terrified by dinosaurs, not like stand up to them. There's a plot point where the dad breaks his leg, but they just kind of forget that because they need to walk miles and miles on this island to find the town that is in it to get saved. So he breaks his leg and they just forget it. Plot needs to move forward. Let's see. They didn't really have protection. There was no guns. I mean, I guess ScarJo does use a gun near the end, but I think you said it was having too much effect. And they also at one point they don't want to kill the dinosaurs because that's illegal. Like they're already on a legal mission. And what are the dad and the daughters out there sailing in the middle of the ocean? The beginning of the movie makes it clear that everyone knows in the world that you don't go to this island. It's restricted territory. But yet they're sailing like miles off of it for some reason with just them, the two daughters, and one of the daughter's boyfriend. They're just having like a lazy Sunday sail. That's not good writing. That doesn't make sense. The way you set up the world and then you just break it. At one point, the daughter says, "Oh, they're on the island." Then one of the daughters says to the dad, well, "Mom won't let you ever see us again," because they make it seem like they're divorced. Well, they are for the line, but one of the older daughters earlier said she's going to college. So why would she say that line? She's not going to see him. She's going to college. They forget the story. They just want to put that line in there because probably, I don't know. the character, the drug company character who is like the funder, goes on the mission for some reason, and he's accused of trying to murder one of the daughters. There's a moral thing there where he kind of doesn't save her, but lets her like fall off the boat. Well, it's his boat, or he's the leader that funded it. She's coming off there after they just saved her, and she's trying to start using the radio on the boat, start touching stuff that's not hers. And then he like goes to stop her from doing the radio because he needs the blood for the dinosaurs. He's not about to explain everything to these four strangers. So he bumps, they bump into each other. They're on a boat. Things happen, and she falls to the side of the boat, and she's grasping for life. It happens so quickly. You can't just accuse him of murder or try to murder her, and then that's the plot point near the end. It's just everything was forced. Everything was forced in this movie. It was written. It didn't happen naturally. A made-up dinosaur movie didn't happen naturally. Can you believe it? But it was 2 hours 15, but it did move. It didn't seem to stop or be slow, but it didn't make sense. Stick to the play. Like, they're mercenaries. They're not school teachers. Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala suddenly have like moral moments where they're like saving the two girls. They're not related to these little girls. What do they want to save them for? Like, don't they want to save their own lives? They're mercenaries. What the hell do they care about this guy and his daughters that were out in the middle of the ocean for no reason, and now they're on a dinosaur island with them, and they want to save them for some reason? It seems like they're getting in the way. At one point, the father and the two daughters and the boyfriend, they find this inflatable boat, but they're next to like a T-Rex, and the T-Rex picks the inflatable boat up and like bites into it and then lets it go or whatever. But later the boat like follows them, pops up, and then they just use that boat to move along in the plot point. Like a dinosaur, a T-Rex biting into an inflatable boat would pop that thing. There would be holes in it. They wouldn't work. And then the escape plan was Scarlett on day 2 at dawn. A helicopter was going to come and like circle the island for a minute or 2 minutes to the helicopter pad or whatever, the little village, I believe. To save him, and then if she wasn't there, they would just leave. But they circled the thing for like 2 minutes, and they just like, all right, now we gotta go. They said 2 minutes, now we're leaving, and then like a rescue mission, you literally stay for 2 minutes. And if that was the it's so easily to get there on a helicopter, why not just helicopter in the first place? I know you need the blood of the ocean dinosaur, the sea dinosaur, but split the team up, get that second to the last. If it's that easy to get in on a helicopter, do that. Plot hole city. Let me see. I have my other notes here. The boat thing. The bad CGI. The dinosaurs were unrealistic. There's one point where they harken back to the movie, the first one when Laura Dern first sees the big dinosaurs with the tails. They go back to that. The part where they're in the village. In the grocery store, avoiding one of the raptor-like dinosaurs. Harken back to the first one in the kitchen scene, but the dinosaurs were like mutant dinosaurs, like really terrible looking, not like sexy. I want to say sexy dinosaurs, but like sleek. I guess I want to say these were ugly, like kaiju looking, ugly motherfuckers. The score, it wasn't terrible. It kind of harkened back to the original, but definitely wasn't the original. Why not just use the original Jurassic Park score? Do you have to pay to use it? Maybe we should save some money here. Unless you absolutely need to see this movie and you love the Jurassic Park movies, the Jurassic World movies, I guess you can go see it. But if not, this was, go ahead and skip this thing. It was, the plot was bad. The dinosaurs were bad. In a dinosaur movie, you at least want the dinosaurs to be cool. And, the baby dinosaur was okay, but that was about it. And that's all my notes here. Nothing really else came out this week. That movie 40 Acres or something like that. I'll try to see that next time, and whatever comes out this week, maybe I'll do a catch up on some of the old ones that I haven't seen. But if you have your family and you need a movie to see one of the live action Disney movies. This was bad. Unless you've seen those as well, and they just need to see a dinosaur movie, I guess you can slip. There's, like I said, nothing offensive. If you have a family, you won't be offended, but definitely won't be too entertained. But if you're a ScarJo fan, Mahershala Ali, they will get you through it. All right, that's all I have for you guys this week. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Remember, the T stands for truth, and that's a guarantee. Thanks for watching. See you next time.